Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
And I'm not alone. I'm also here with Benga. Good morning, Benga.
Hi, pleasant morning to you, Prince Will. It's nice to be here.
How was your weekend?
So eventful. Both talking about sports, talking about the weekend, Owambe, Groove, everything was just complete.
Were you disappointed with the Chelsea Arsenal scoreline?
Why would I be disappointed? It was a London derby. It met all the criteria. For a neutral, you would definitely enjoy the game.
All right, guys. Arsenal came from 2 goals down to draw 2-2 with Chelsea. And then Manchester United defeated Sheffield United 2-1. For Man City, there were 2-1 victors over Brighton. And then Liverpool won the Merseyside derby, defeating Everton 2-0. And then yesterday, we saw Aston Villa hammering West Ham 4-1. Well,
we also saw the Southwest Derby in MPFL as well. Raymond Stars Sporting Lagos.
Let's begin with golf, where it was a night of dance, pomp, and pageantry as the 2023 IBB International Golf and Country Club Abuja Ladies Close Golf Championship climaxed with Zulaha Baba Ahmed emerging the overall winner. Zulaha Nachited rounded up the 2 days competition, having scored 236 goals and netted 148 to outplay others to emerge the 2023 Ladies Close Champions. In the category handicap 1 to 28, past lady captain Grace Ihombere and handicap 24 golfer gross 173 and netted 149 to lead the pack, while BK Sunita won the handicap 29 to 54 category. Former Kogi State First Lady Halima Awada emerged winner of the ladies veteran, while Senator Nkechi Waogu won the ladies super veteran. Among the 80 men who played as guests was former Speaker House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, who won the prize of nearest to the pin. Still with golf, Roy McIlroy says he was offered a chance to become an investor in Leeds United by fellow golfers, but had to turn it down as a fan of Manchester United. However, the Northern Irishman said he will welcome the chance to invest in Manchester United. American golfers Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas bought into the group 49ers Enterprises, which completed a £170 million takeover of Leeds United in July. According to McIlroy, he said, they asked me if I wanted to come on board, and I was like, as a Manchester United fan, I can't go anywhere near that. McIlroy, who is 34, recently joined the backers of Formula One team Alpine. He said sports stars are becoming more savvy and really trying to use their money in the right way. So for him, he's a Man United fan. He won't invest in Leeds, but he's ready to invest in Manchester United.
The only difference is Man U fans aren't happy with any half takeover or minority takeover. They want 100% takeover, which was what Jassim was trying to offer before he was ousted from the bid or probably withdrew from the bid. So, well, we'll just have to make do with what we have at the moment. Jim Ratcliffe is coming with 25%.
And in Formula One, Lewis Hamilton was disqualified from second place in the US Grand Prix after running Max Verstappen's Red Bull close for victory. Hamilton was just 2 seconds behind Verstappen at the flag, but his car was later declared illegal for excessive wear on the underfloor skid blocks. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc suffered the same fate after finishing 6th. Hamilton's disqualification promoted McLaren's Lando Norris to 2nd and Ferrari's Carlos Sainz to 3rd. And in tennis, Gay Monfils won his 12th ATP Tour title and his first in almost 2 years by beating qualifier Pavel Kutov in 3 sets in the Nordic Open final in Stockholm on Sunday 4-6, 7-6, 3 and claimed his 2nd title at the event, which he also won in 2011. And still with tennis, Katerina Siniakova saved 3 match points to set up his stunning comeback to beat fellow Czech Marie Buskova 1-6, 7-6, 7-6 and win the Jiangxi Open in China on Sunday. And in mixed martial arts, Russia's Khamzat Chimaev made a big return in the middleweight division when he defeated former welterweight champion Kamaru Usman in the UFC 294 co-main event at Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi on Saturday night. It's a 3rd straight defeat for Usman, who had lost his last 2 fights to Leon Edwards. Chimaev emerged winner after the cage side judges scored the fight 29-27, 29-27, 28-28. Not good times for Cameroon Usman at all. 3 straight defeats.
Yeah, not good times. And before the 3 straight defeats, he was undefeated. That's one thing that needs to be mentioned. I mean, our martial art artists, you can't, every day is not Christmas like we usually say. I remember even Israel Adesanya lost some games this year as well. But a good fighter is how he comes back.
And in boxing, Anthony Joshua says his fight with Deontay Wilder could be part of a sensational double bill with Tyson Fury's bout against Alexander Usyk. Champions Fury and Usyk agreed a deal in October for a historic undisputed heavyweight fight set to take place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. According to Joshua, he said they want to put Usyk Fury, Joshua Wilder on the same night. That might not happen until April. Former 2-time world heavyweight champion Joshua has been heavily linked with a fight against hard-hitting American Wilder, which is promoter Eddie Hearn, previously saying, "We have agreed the money, we have agreed everything." But that fight fell through and no contracts were ever signed between the two parties. Fury, who is 35, must first come through uninjured in a non-title bout against mixed martial arts star Francis Ngannou on Saturday in Riyadh. According to Joshua, still speaking, he said, when Fury gets through Ngannou, it's going to be late October, early November. So I doubt he will now prepare for Usyk and fight in December. It's too short. So the next window will probably be March, April. So that's probably when the undisputed fight will potentially happen. Then obviously, what we have been told is that they want to make it a mega card and they like the sound of Joshua versus Wilder on the same card as well. Imagine on the same night, Joshua Wilder, Fury, Usyk on one same night.
I can't remember the last time we had 2 big fights on the night. We usually have a lot of, we call it backup match or minor games before the huge or heavyweight fight comes later in the night, sometimes 10 p.m., 11 p.m., depending on how late you want to stay up. So this will be different, and definitely the obvious trajectory is money. Trying to make more money in the same night. So instead of having some fights that will give you little amounts from pay-per-view, then the big amount comes by 10. You now have 2 different fights with double your money, that kind of thing. So I think is money inspired.
And Joshua said he plans to fight in December in London, probably at the O2 Arena or Wembley Arena against an unnamed opponent before taking on Deontay Wilder. And in football, coach of the Nigeria under-20 team, that's the Falconet, Christopher Danjuma, has invited 30 players for the 2024 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifier against Tanzania, which will take place in the month of November. And Chiamaka Nnadozie helped Paris FC defeat Dijon 6-0 in the French Women's League, so she kept a clean sheet. It's the 3rd straight game that Nnadozie has kept a clean sheet, while Asisat Oshoala scored 2 goals as Barcelona tried Granada 6-1 in the Spanish Women's League on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Super Falcons will be in action on Wednesday against Ethiopia in a Paris 2024 Olympics qualifier.
I'm quite impressed with the Super Falcons generally, especially what they are doing at their respective clubs. I also saw Echejini for Florida State, Florida University, scoring against Waldrom's team. You know, Waldrom is also a coach for University of Pittsburgh in the United States. So Echejini also scored for our club. Alozie doing well for our club as well in the same United States. Ashley Pumpty too. Remember we talked about her last week, doing well for herself. It's just a good thing. You know, sometimes we say the same thing for the men. Just try and convert those club form to the international stage and we'll be fine.
And in the MPFL, Aqua United played a goalless draw with Shooting Stars. Kano Pillars defeated Rivers United 1-0. Kwara United played a 1-1 draw with Enugu Rangers. Lobby Stars defeated Dabai Warriors 2-0. Betty United defeated Sunshine Stars 1-0. Heartland played a 1-1 draw with Katsina United. Ngome United defeated Bendel Insurance 1-0. Niger Tornadoes defeated Bayelsa United 1-0. And then Remo Stars defeated Sporting Lagos 2-1. And the African Football League, Eimba lost at home 1-0 to Wydad Athletic Club of Morocco. Captain Yaya Jabrin scored the winning goal for the Red Castle from the spot 8 minutes before the break. And Eimba were reduced to 10 men when Alalibo Somari was sent off late in the game. The return leg will take place in Casablanca. Do you think Eimba can come back?
They should be able to, but they didn't strike any confidence. In fact, that was not even my highlight of the game. We talk about the African Football League. It's supposed to be like the African version of the European Super League, right?
Which has not materialized.
Did you see the game between Eimba? Did you see any clip or any highlights? I was appalled when I found out that the names of the players were handwritten. It looked like they just designed something on the cardboard and did tie and die adire on their jersey. I mean, this is supposed to be the African Super League. We're supposed to. This is an opportunity to sell African football to the world. So globally, people tune in to watch that game, and you are seeing Okechukwu or Innocent written with hand, number 3 written with hand on a jersey in 2023. Now that was so appalling, and we try as much as possible to support our own, but these are not the things we need to see in Nigerian football.
At the entire World Cup winning midfielder Alejandro Gomez has denied doping and blamed his positive test on accidentally ingesting his son's cough syrup. On Friday, Gomez was given a 2-year ban by FIFA after testing positive for a banned substance. Tebutalin was found in a sample taken from when Gomez played for Sevilla in October 2022. Tebutalin is used to prevent bronchospasm in patients with asthma, bronchitis, emphysema, and other lung diseases. The 35-year-old joined Italian club Monza in September and has made 2 appearances for them. According to Gomez, he said, "I've never used nor ever had any intention on using doping method. It should be noted that therapeutic use of tebutalin is allowed for professional athletes and that in no way does it improve sporting performance." Gomez added that there could be legal action as he believes that his case was not handled in accordance with regulations.
It's left to be seen. There are a lot of players that are facing legal battles now, and sometimes we talk more about off-the-field issues rather than football itself. So I'm just tired.
And then for Barcelona, Maguire scored the win at a 3-second into his senior debut to give Barca a 1-0 home win over Athletic Bilbao. The 17-year-old Spanish forward came on for fellow youngster Fermin Lopez in the 79th minute and struck almost immediately with just his second touch in senior football. And then coach of Aston Villa, Unai Emery, says the Premier League is the most competitive league in the world. According to Emery, he said, on a competitive level, the Premier League is the strongest league. When you are here, you feel it. There's a certain selection of the best in the Premier League. There are clubs like Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus, or AC Milan that are still capable of having a lot of strength in their leagues. But here, there are clubs such as Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea that are able to do that too. And the mid-table teams also have a high capacity to be able to sign the best players from other leagues. So 20 very competitive teams are made. Do you agree with him? The Premier League is the strongest league in the world.
I don't think we can rush that under 30 minutes because at the end of the day, it's down to perspective. But in a way, you can give the Premier League some valid facts. I mean, okay, talk about the German Bundesliga, for example. Bayer Leverkusen are flying on all cylinders, but they didn't come from nowhere. It's still down to Bayern, Dortmund, and Bayer Leverkusen, or probably RB Leipzig. If you go to the Ligue 1, it's between PSG, Lyon, finish. If you go to the Serie A, the Milan teams, Inter, AC, Juventus, who else? Right? But if you come to the English Premier League, there's Man U, there's Chelsea, there's Liverpool, there's Arsenal. Now there's Brighton and Newcastle. There's West Ham that won the Europa League, the Europa Conference League. Even teams like Nottingham Forest can give big teams a run for their money. Teams like Everton, you know. So, yeah, I agree that there are facts that can show that there are more competitive teams in the Premier League than other leagues. But at the end of the day, fans of other leagues will have something to say for their leagues.
Because for La Liga in Spain, they won the Champions League 19 times. Madrid won 14. Barca won.
Do you understand?
5.
In the last
for Premier League, it's 15.
In the last 13 years,
England, English clubs have won the Champions League 15 times.
Champions League is different. That's not what you need to categorize.
That's what some people use. That if the Spanish teams are doing so well on the continent, so why is the Premier League, or why do people argue that the Premier League is better than other leagues?
Teams? How many? It's still amongst the same. Okay, look at how many English teams have won the Champions League since the early 2000s. Man U have won it. Man City have won it. Chelsea have won it. Right? Liverpool have won it. Go to the La Liga. How many teams in the La Liga have won the Champions League? It's still between Barca and Real Madrid. So it is about the number of teams, not just one team dominating. Yeah, Real Madrid have dominated, but it's just Real Madrid. But if you come to the league, more teams dominate. But there's also case for the MPFL, because MPFL, there are no big boys, there are no small boys. There's a lot of competition in the MPFL. It's just that the MPFL is not on the global stage yet. So for now, I'll go with the English Premier League.
By the way, the winners of the Champions League from England are Liverpool 6 times, Manchester United 3 times, Chelsea 2 times, Nottingham Forest 2 times, Aston Villa once, Manchester City once. Guys,
you see, Nottingham Forest have even won the Champions League. Which other league can stand that? Nobody now.
All right, guys, this year we bring Sports Drive to a close this morning. We thank all of you who have been with us right from the beginning. Join us same time tomorrow morning by 9:05 a.m. for another edition of Sports Drive. And later this evening by 7 p.m., it will be time for Football Frenzy. Up next is what's happening in Abuja. Leave your dial door locked on your number one Let's Talk station, 95.1 Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.